As you can see here, we have a folder called Cabin Fever, and inside of that we have a basic Node.js application. I'm going to go ahead and open up the index.js file, and as you can see there, we have a route at the root, and we're simply returning a timestamp, and we're listening at port 3000. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this simple Node.js application to create an image that I'm going to distribute openly to the world. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to create the image. And as you can see there, I am in the same location as the files and the folders are and within Cabin Fever. And so I'm going to enter the command docker build. Then I'm going to tag the name of the image, and I have to use my username. This is my username within Docker, and why I will come back to in a minute. And I'm going to call it Cabin Fever to give it a catchy name, Fever. And I'm simply going to do dot to tell it to use the local Docker file. And as you can see there, the usual components of a Node.js application were pulled, and I've created an image. At this point, I have the image within my local environment, and the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to run that image simply to test it before I upload it. So I'm going to enter docker run. I'm going to specify the port that I'm going to use locally, and that's going to be mapped to the port that the Node.js application in the container is running. I'm then going to give it a name, and in this case I will simply call it Cabin Fever instance to differentiate it from the image, and then I'm going to reference the tagged image, and this had my username and then Cabin Fever. So that's all I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and hit return, and I've made a mistake, and it looks like I've single dashed name as opposed to double dash that option. So let me go ahead and add the dash. I'm going to go ahead and hit return, and as you can see there, now my application is listening on port 3000. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a browser, or actually let me just go ahead and open up another terminal window, and I will simply go to localhost, and remember that well, I need to enter curl. Remember that I mapped 8080 to 3000, so I'm going to go ahead and enter curl localhost and then the port, which is 8080. And so as you can see there, I got the timestamp back, and you can see the other hits taking place within the other window. So my application's up and running. I've created a local image. On top of that, I've created a container that's based on that image. So I've confirmed that this works, and now I'm ready to push it back up to Docker Hub, which is where Docker images can be shared. So let's go ahead and go back to this window. And the very first thing that you need to do is you need to authenticate, and you can do Docker login. Now I've already gone ahead and authenticated, and that's why it asks me for, gives me a default of Able Sun. But since I've done it already, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. If you do it for the first time, you'll need to authenticate yourself as well. Now once you've done that, all you need to do is you do Docker push, then the name of the user, in this case it's my name, and then the name of the image, which is Cabin Fever. So I'm going to go ahead and push that image onto the Docker Hub environment or platform. So as you can see there, the application has been pushed up, and now if I navigate, and this is public by the way for everybody to see, if we navigate to, let me go ahead, I think I have this on a separate window. If I navigate to Docker Hub, you can see there that it says hub.docker.com ablesun/cabin fever. You can see there that under webhooks, the latest publishing of my image was a few seconds ago, and it's a compressed size of 92 megabytes. So that's a quick walkthrough on how do we create an image and how do we publish it so that the world can get access to it.